Alright, so today's video is about an indie game that's coming out in 2024 called The Plucky Squire. It's an action-adventure game developed by All Possible Futures and published by Devolver Digital. Now, the first standout thing about the game are the graphics, which do a great job of visualizing the theme of a children's storybook coming to life. This art style with very warm and vibrant colors reminds me of a couple other games, but we'll get into that later. Right now I want to get into the three main characters of the game. The first being Jot, who is the main character, a brave adventurer, and also a writer. He writes best-selling books about his adventures and is known as the champion of the land of Mojo. Now his childhood friend Violet, she is a witch in training and also a painter. She's known to be messy and disorderly with her belongings, but also very passionate and kind-hearted. And finally we have Thrash, who is a mountain troll and heavy metal drummer that left his tribe in the mountains to roam and explore the realm of Mojo. He's known to be chill and principled. Moonbeard is an eccentric and curious wizard that helps give the main trio guidance throughout their adventures. He has a helper named Pip, who's a little rat with a big heart and a can-do attitude. Moonbeard actually knows the secret about the land of Mojo. And so does Humgrump, who's the main villain of the game. And the secret is that Mojo is actually a storybook. And Humgrump also knows that he is the main villain of the book and destined to lose at the end. He is also very jealous of Jot and wishes that he could have the praise that Jot gets. Now that we've covered the characters, let's move on to the gameplay. The gameplay is an action-adventure game with 2D and 3D segments and with many different types of puzzles. Now the game is obviously very influenced by the Legend of Zelda series, but it also has mini games which seem to pay homage to many different genres and series. For instance, one mini game looked like it was a beat 'em up, another looked like it played like Jetpack Joyride. The developer in the interview said that Violet and Thrash will get their own mini games to show off their own unique characteristics that they have. So when it comes to influences on the game, obviously the Legend of Zelda series was a big influence on this game. But to me, one thing I noticed that I haven't heard anyone else said is that the game kind of reminds me of Secret of Mana because of, the adventure aspects, and there's a group of three main characters going on an adventure and they all follow each other. That's always just gonna remind me of Secret of Mana. I'm not sure if they did take anything from that game, but hopefully they did because it's a classic. But to be specific about which Zelda games, to me the 2D section seemed very much influenced by A Link Between Worlds, and the 3D gave me a Wind Waker vibe, to be honest. But even the concept of going from 2D to 3D reminds me of Link Between Worlds, and it's a very interesting concept. Although the developer in the Gamescom interview said that they did not get the idea of doing a 2D and 3D world from any other game, they thought of making a game that takes place in a storybook, and the idea grew from there of what would happen if you could get out of the storybook. And from there, when they learned they were doing that, they took influence from other things that it did it already. Now the final thing I'm going to talk about are the puzzles. For one, they have traversal puzzles that come from the mechanic of being able to change from 2D to 3D, and there's more than just the storybook that you can hop into and out of. There are multiple different things on the desk and around the room that you can get into, and this is where a lot of the mini games take place. Another thing is there are word puzzles in the game. For instance, when you're in the storybook, sometimes in the book there will be little sentences and words in those sentences that you can take and remove and you can take them and go to another page and place it and change a sentence, which will change what's happening on that page. This looks very interesting and creative, and I'm very excited to play it when the game comes out. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about the game so far. If they have new trailers or new interviews or something, I might do some videos or shorts covering it. But like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and God bless.